I believe that it starts with the female would be at home. You get all these Disney movies, and you have Prince Charming in every one of them, and he's saving the day, and he's this perfect guy. And then it's the ultimate setup because then you train your kids to search for this guy that's just not out there, and you look past who he actually is for who you want him to be. And so I think it's a struggle there, once you become of age and then you decide who you are and who you want to be in life, right? And then you're just out here in this big world with all these different people with all these different personalities. And that's just a hard world to navigate. And so I really feel like that's why we give, as women, the wrong advice, and it's just because we live in fairy tale or la la land, because of how we've been set up from a young age.
Okay, so it's a lot more what you've seen and never really told then.
Right.
Okay, Kristen.
I mean, I guess I kind of said a little bit before, like, I don't think there's a template like for every man or woman. I do agree with Neek on the, women do have a fairy tale issue type of thing. Most women have this dream idea what their wedding is going to look like when they're 5 years old. And so like that, I think that is the thing. But I also think, like, no offense to men, that they also get this idea that, women are just going to take care of them and everything is going to be like easy to a certain extent. Like, I feel like,
I gotta push back on that.
I feel like men take women for granted for that it's just going to be easy and like, oh, she's got this, she's going to take care of this. Where, like, again, I think the communication is needed.
So I don't know. You guys can obviously chime in if you want, but I think a lot more men are told, treat women with kid gloves, essentially. Give her whatever she wants, say to her whatever she wants, be extremely nice, be overly polite. You have to put everything that you want on the side for her every single time. That's pretty much how we're raised as guys.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm telling you, this is the guy's point of view.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, were we ever given a template on how to date each other? Because for guys, obviously, I mean, you as women, you have those guys orbiting you and you hate those guys, or not even hate those guys, but you just don't date those guys because it's kind of like you're a yes man.
I feel like when men do that, though, then they have resentment. Like, oh, I'm gonna do whatever she says, do whatever she wants, and then like 2 years into the relationship, he ends up like stopping everything, and there's that resentment there, and then there is that no communication. So I do agree, like, to a certain extent, men will do that, and that's how they start off, but it doesn't continue.
Right.
Because that's not what they want to be doing. He has to be honest about what he wants to do, what he wants to provide to that relationship, rather than doing that template that he was given. And because 2 years into the relationship, there's that resentment there that, like, it just falls apart.
That's the problem, though, because we've literally exactly what Clement said is what I was taught from day one.
Most guys.
That's the problem, is that there's no realistic expectation set up. It's just, if you're just a perfect gentleman and the nicest guy ever and you do everything that she ever wants, everything will work out.
Are men and women given the template on how to date each other? Do we know what each other actually want? John, lead the charge.
No. When I started dating, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. And I was raised primarily by women. And they told me all the things that I was supposed to do, and all the things were wrong.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Horribly wrong.
Women cannot date women.
Well,
women have no idea how to get. Women have no idea. Women, what? I see your face. Women have no idea how to give advice to guys on how to date women.
Women tell you what they want.
Clem, I've seen women
and
date
teach
women.
you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay. That's why I just rephrased it. All right. All right, jerk.
I knew what you meant. No, it's just women have different perceptions of how they expect a relationship to go, and they personalize all their advice. So everybody does, because it's from their own perspective. But, when you've got a family member telling you this is how you should treat women, and then another family member telling you this is how you should treat women, and then you talk to a friend of yours at school and she says no, this is how you treat women, and you're like, but then you ask a
all of
guy
those are
and they're
wrong.
like, this is how you treat women, and you ask
Mhm.
every guy and 90% of them will agree.
You know what? We got a guy saying this. Okay. Boom.
I think honestly, like I think honestly everyone's thinking about it wrong. I don't think there's a template to date anyone. Everyone's different. Everyone has different
Well,
needs. And so
Mhm.
when it comes to men or women, I think having a template on how to date them or treat them is wrong. You got to communicate what you want. Like
yes, I just think that women consistently, in my experience, have given me the worst advice in situations where I record.
Decision. You
Mhm.
you make a decision that you want to do, and it depends on like what you think is better, but you want to do better for your life, and part of that is having that trait in you, that the trait to commit to 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 commit to one person.
You think that's a
And
trait?
But
I
what if
think
it's
I think it's a skill that you have to learn.
what if it's the person that you don't necessarily like more than another person? It's like, but
The problem is
this person is, yeah,
you're always gonna find that. You're always gonna
yeah.
have another person that you like more, and then another person that you like less. It's
Mm,
that's the whole point of commitment. Is like, okay, even if I find someone that I find more attractive, or someone
But
that I have a better conversations with, like I told myself that I was gonna commit to this person, and you do it because you love them and they are attractive to you. Like you try to get as close to that as possible, to everything that hits, and then you just gotta say,
so you settle.
this is it.
so what if they're a better fit?
It's well,
Oh, sorry, Kristen.
that's like the word, the settle. I don't.
People hate that
People
word.
don't
It's
like
a
the word,
weird.
but
It's
that's
a weird definition because
everything's a compromise, though. You know, they're not
It's
going to
yeah,
be as pretty as you wanted them to be.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah,
going to like
that's
But like
the
true.
hobbies that you like. But when
right,
you find generally what
right.
you
80%.
want in a partner,
But like then settling isn't a bad thing to me, because
no, it's not.
you settle on everything in your life.
Exactly.
Hmm.
You settle on your job. You settle
Because
on
I
your
mean,
house.
when I was thinking of this question, I'm realizing like people aren't moving on to the next phase of life. We're not having families. If people actually want to have families, they're not really having families anymore because they're kind of looking for that next best thing every time.
Yeah,
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 I
And
agree.
it's hard to, from what Elmo was saying, it's deciding like, okay, I'm done looking for the next best deal. There's always going to be a next best deal.
Hmm.
hmm
Stores always have a next best. I mean, you buy an iPhone now, 3 months later, there's going to be a next version that's going to be better than yours somehow. Somehow, they're going to
yeah.
add a new emoji or take away an emoji.
But
Like,
but
it
Clem,
doesn't,
Yeah.
it's not even that. It's that you think that there is a next best deal.
yeah, that's true.
The best deal might be, and that's why I don't consider it settling, John. The best deal might be what you have already, and going deeper into the commitment, going deeper into the relationship, going deeper into the metaphysical of it, might
Hmm.
actually get you to the best possible outcome in your life. But you go, damn, there's a girl over there with some big ass titties. I need to go talk to her, and then
That's it.
it totally breaks off everything that you work for, everything that you like.
Mhm.
You're trying to get to a point. At least that's how I've like experienced it with my girlfriend. Like I'm always like tempted, and I'm always like
Hmm.
thinking about what else there is. But the closer me and her get, the better my life has been, just by feeling. Just it feels better. The world is better because we're striving for something together.
Because you
Together,
have you
exactly.
have a partner.
hmm
And I think, and that's when I say committing, that's really a lot more of what I see the understanding as. You're committing to that one person, they're committing to you, and you guys are both working towards that common goal together, which I don't think happens anymore because a lot of people in this generation, we want to say, okay, well, if I don't get a lot of things that I want from this person, then, kick them to the curb because,
Yep.
I can get the next best deal.
and the people who are willing to commit come up against the other people who are looking for the next best deal as well. So it's kind of a two sides, you know.
Yeah.
So